5 mistakes that every man should avoid. Now, the first one, you probably already know. The first one is women, but the last one is going to be one that you're not expecting, especially coming from me. But the first one is women. One of the things that you should understand is that the downfall of most powerful men has been women. How many times have you seen in Hollywood the downfall of men be women? And here's the thing. A smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistake of other men or other people. And so if you want to be a wise person, you have to learn from the mistakes that other men make. If you want to be smart, then go ahead, do it yourself, and then find out why all of these men saw their downfall caused by a woman. Here's the thing. No one would say, don't talk to any woman. I don't think any reasonable man would say that. But it comes with a caution. If you get involved with the wrong woman, she can take you down. She becomes your weakest point. She becomes the part of your chain, the chink in your armor, that if someone wants to get to you, that's how they're going to get you. And if she wants to take you down herself, she can. Because remember, that's the person that spends their time with you when you lay your head at night. That's the person beside you. When you're sleeping, at your weakest point, that's the person beside you. And if that's the wrong person, you need to be very, very careful that she doesn't become your worst enemy. Here's the thing. This is not all women. But if we are going to be honest, and we are going to be reasonable people, just as how we can imagine that there are good men and there are bad men, we can imagine that there are really good women and there are really bad women. Women who only want to get you for your money, who only want to get you just because of revenge, who want to spite you, take you down, because even if it's not about money, even if you have no money, they want to take you down because they don't like your reputation. They don't like how happy you are. They don't like that you had a good upbringing. Anything about you rubs them the wrong way. They will take you down. Just like how some men don't like who you are, so can a woman not like who you are. And they hate everything about you. But you don't think so because they're a woman. Young man, don't fall for that trap. The second thing that men fall for, the second mistake every man should avoid is leverage. Good men, smart men, long-time investors, they think everything is going well. I've been doing this system. I've been going 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. And they're saying, oh, if I can go from 16 to 108, I'd be incredible. So then what do they go do? They go and get margin. They go and get leverage. And then what happens? The market shifts. Now, it doesn't mean that they were wrong, but the market shifts and it takes a bit longer than they thought to actually make that jump from 64 or from 32 or from 16 to 108. Takes a bit longer than they thought it would. And then in that process, they lose everything and they go bankrupt. Instead of just being consistent, 16, 32, 64, they lose everything. One deal, just like that. And now they have to start all over. And then they learn the second time, they still have the skills, but they learn not to use leverage incorrectly. You can use leverage, but don't make the mistake of being greedy and then applying leverage to that. That's a mistake. And if you want to get there faster, that's a sure way to make sure that you don't get there at all. The third mistake that you should avoid is bad friends. Bad friends are actually worse than enemies. And let me give you a caveat for actually how you can actually easily identify good friends. A good friend will celebrate genuinely when you win, defend you in private, and also hold you accountable. When you say that you are down, they will still remind you of who you are, pick your head up, and remind you that you still need to keep going and stay disciplined. And they will be there when you need them. That's a friend. If you share good news and they have an ounce of anything less than happiness on their face, get rid of that friend. This is a warning, brother, because I know you're going to say that it's not that serious. I understand. But remember what I said earlier. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. It's not just my advice. This is the wisdom from thousands and millions of men before you. Take my advice, brother. If you give them a win and you see anything less than ecstatic happiness on their face, that is not a friend. And it may come out now or it may come out later. But if you just won a $10,000 reward and they're not excited, do you think they're going to be as excited when you win $1 million or less? That's when the truth comes out. When it's $1 million, but now it's going to cost you more. Now you have more history. Now it's harder to let them go. So it's best that you learn this lesson as soon as possible. Bad friends are more dangerous than enemies because you can always tell what an enemy is going to do. If you are good, you can always tell, but you will never see a bad friend coming. That's the problem. The fourth mistake that every man should avoid is people pleasing. People pleasing is one of those habits that makes men unattractive to ladies. It makes men untrustworthy to other men. And overall, it makes the man himself so unhappy. Because let's take a second to define what people pleasing is. People pleasing, all people pleasing is you saying to yourself over and over that it is more important for other people to be happy with your life than it is for you in your heart to be happy with your own life. Just imagine that conflict every day for years. Just imagine how that's going to affect you. You can't sleep at night with that kind of conflict in your mind. It's going to bother you. So people pleasing is one of those things that when it comes out, brother, it is going to explode. That you're going to realize you've wasted years, decades, not living your own truth. It is dangerous to live that way. And if you're not careful, you're going to lose yourself in the process. Let me give you a little bit of advice that actually comes from someone I admire. Speed, he was a millionaire by the time he was 17. You may know him. He's a famous Twitch streamer. And one of the things that it's interesting about his story is that when he was actually learning how to stream and getting popular, his mother said to him, if you keep streaming, you can't live here anymore. I'm going to kick you out if you keep streaming. And you know what he did? He left. He left his mother's house and went to live with his dad because he was not going to keep his mom in contempt for not achieving his dreams. That's someone who understands the principle that you cannot please everybody. And if you understand that the people around you, even your own mother, sometimes you're going to have to piss them off because you cannot please everybody. Even the people that you love. That's a hard lesson. Going against your own mother and you love her. But that's what it takes to become successful. If you are a people pleaser, I advise you, stop that right now. Because one of those things, it's going to explode, it's going to backfire, and you're going to realize years of your life has been wasted instead of living for yourself. Be okay with pissing people off. The last mistake that almost every man makes, but we don't talk about enough, is drugs. Here's the thing. Too much of anything is a problem, but a little still has an effect. Think about this. If you are working from Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, and you are from 12 p.m. every day to the rest of the day, you are on drugs, you are operating at 60% efficiency, 70% efficiency. That 30%, someone else is not taking drugs and they're going to kick your ass. Because they're operating at 100% efficiency while you are taking drugs. They're working at 100. Every single second of the day, someone is working to take away all of your money, all of your kingdom, all of your women, all of your family. They're working to take it away. I'm working to take it away. And so, if you're on drugs and I'm not, I'm going to win. Because I can deep think better than you. I can concentrate for longer than you. My mental resilience is stronger than you. And so, the fact that you are taking drugs does not make you cool. The best men in the world, they understand, yes, there are seasons where you can perhaps smoke a little bit more often or drink a little bit more often, but the best in the world, they're not doing that consistently. They're eating clean, taking care of their brain as if it were a well-oiled machine. eating, sleeping, exercise constantly so that they have the peak performance all year round. As little off days as possible. These guys don't get sick because their bodies are well taken care of. Huh? Are you getting it? Their bodies are well maintained machines. And that's how they treat themselves. So I ask you, man, if you're taking drugs, what does that say about how you believe your own body? Do you not consider your body to be a well-oiled machine? Do you not consider your body to be more important than a Lamborghini or a Ferrari? And if you wouldn't put dirt in a Bugatti, if you wouldn't put dirt in a Ferrari, why would you put dirt in your body? Huh? I hope you're hearing me. And one of my favorite examples of this is 50 Cent because he doesn't smoke. And if for that reason alone, if that changes how you see it, I hope it does. And I don't smoke either. Those are the 5 mistakes that most men need to avoid. In fact, every man needs to avoid these 5 mistakes, and I hope that helped you. If you want to keep watching, I got another video for you right here. Click to watch. I'll see you next week. Bye.